An extremely creative and extremely worthwhile collaboration between our friends at Atkins Kroll Toyota and the folks over at Scion and the good guys over at Spike 22. I've got two of them with me right now. The creative force and the guys that do all of the leadership for Spike 22, Merlchor Manibusan, of course, and Joey Lopez. Gentlemen, half a day.
Half a day, thank you for having us.
All right, it's a great thing you guys are doing with AK, not just because, like it promotes, again, the modification aspect of the car, the personality, and, MMA is such a big thing for young people and older generations on Guam, and, everybody gets into it, and you guys are doing such a good job of advocating, what is true MMA and how to conduct yourself again. But also, there's a point to this. You guys are taking a stand against bullying for the entire gym, so tell me about that, Mel.
I was approached by Sammy, and he wanted to, do this collaboration thing, and I was like all for it. I was basically humbled and honored, So as things were materializing, he goes, "Hey man, can we switch this thing and do something? Since you guys are MMA gym, can you there's a lot of bullying going on and all this kind of hassle going on in the streets and with school. Maybe we can do something." And the guys that I brought on board to do this anti-bullying are people that I have actually trained myself and that are a product of me, and I got Kyle again. He's unable to make it today, but Kyle is a true product and a true fighter of Guam and my fighter from Spike 22, and he's a great guy. So I'm going to have him doing some stand-up, and then I have Joey Lopez over here who's going to work the wrestling, and how to take the opponent down to the ground or not get taken down. Then I have Ryan Biggs is going to continue on from the ground, and those two are unable to make it today, but I have Joey here, and I'm just overwhelmed with everything that's happened, and it only took us about 2-3 weeks to put this all together, and so far so good, and I mean, what can I say? I'm happy.
Now you've been such an inspiration and an influence, as I said, like on so many young people here, and for not just athletes but other people that aspire to do what you do for a living, and you can look past the fact that it's like, okay, you do and excel at a sport which is very violent, but also there's a bigger part to that because, like you said, you try and encourage people to be good ambassadors of what it means to be Guamanian, but then also, to exhibit the true spirit of professionalism. So tell me what the virtues are at Spike 22 and what you guys teach.
Well, the actual MMA can be violent, you know what I mean? But it is mixed martial arts. You got to be a martial artist to do this, whether it's from boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, submission, that is grappling. That's all an art, and it falls under the umbrella of a martial art. And with mixed martial arts, when you mix it all together, when you put on the little gloves and you have the blood flying around and whatnot into the cage, that kind of makes it a little bit violent for other people. But for us, we're athletes and we're sportsmen, and I love competing. I love winning. I hate losing, but I love the vibe and the energy of competition, and whether it's wrestling or jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts, I mean, I'm all for it, and I try to always tell my guys, go out there, train hard, do your best, but also, especially when you win, remain humble, because there's always someone bigger, better, and faster and stronger. So, and every day I just tell the guys, hey, come here, sweat, train hard, and be humble.
Well, the great Vince Lombardi always said, when you get to the end zone, act like you've been there before.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, so Joey, you've worked with young people here, and you've also been an extension of the gym, and said, this is how you can train, and this is the right way to do things. And you also practice like a lot of the, not only the technical side of grappling, but also the spiritual side and everything. So how do you pass that on to young people looking to get into it?
The main thing, that we try and instill over at Spike 22, I mean, you said it best, about Merlchor and his style, and it's that, it's hard work, We may not be the most talented athletes, but, as long as you work hard, you're going to get places in life. So the main thing that we try and do is to pass along that message, to try and instill a strong, hard work ethic in younger kids. Now, we hear it all the time, but you're wrestling. Isn't wrestling, that's pretty violent? I mean, you guys are bullies anyway. Well, it doesn't so much make you a bully. I mean, the way we look at it is, it's about hard work and accomplishing your goals through hard work, and that's really what wrestling was built upon. Dan Gable said once you've wrestled, everything else in life will be easy. And I'm a firm believer in that, because the amount of hard work that it takes to compete in wrestling, just at a high school level, is very difficult. So we work with a lot of high school kids, and we're just always trying to tell them, just work hard, train smart, listen to your parents, listen to your teachers, go to school.
And how many championships did Dan win at Iowa?
Too many to count.
Yeah.
Too many to count.
I don't think Dan could count.
Yeah.
Well, what you guys preach at the gym is also positivity, but then also you guys are probably one of the biggest sports organizations where your members are always out in the community every single weekend. You guys are doing a fundraiser to help somebody out there, washing cars, painting, doing something for the community. So what does it also mean to you to tell the members of your gym? It's like, hey, we're not only athletes, but we're also responsible members of this community.
We know we're the average Joe too. We range from the poorest to the richest. And we just want everyone to go out and express themselves, but also again remain humble in everything you do, and just try to progress.
All right, well, we're going to talk with Mel and Joey when we come back, so stay tuned. More coming up on AK's collaboration with Spike 22 when we return right here on KUAM News Extra. Please stay tuned.